Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining me on yet another one of my little fishing adventures. Very excited for today because we have a really good forecast. The weather's meant to be amazing and I want to fish some bridges throughout today. I've got some new lures which I want to try out, fish along the bridge pylons and hopefully pull some good fish. So just heading up to the first spot of the morning now, and then we're going to get straight into it and see what we can catch. Another day out here in paradise. It's a good one. It's going to be a good morning by the looks of it. No wind, beautiful little sunrise over there. So there's only one thing left to do, that is to get into the fishing. I do have a little paddle tail plastic rigged up as well, so we might throw this around, but I want to give the vibe a go first up. See if we can get a nib on the vibe. Alright, need to get the box of vibes out to start off with, and then we'll pick one out and use that. Open her up. Now the vibes which we are using once again are these little ones right here. So these are the new TT Quake vibes in the slimmer version. I really love a slimmer profile lure, so we're going to tie this on to start off with and fish it just along here, along these pylons, along the bridge. Might throw a couple of other lures, but to start off with, going to be focusing on the vibes. First thing we'll do is put a little bit of scent on that lure, give it a bit of extra smell in case the fish are a little bit finicky. Now this is on the larger side of vibes which I'd throw around here. There's a lot of school fish, but I still think if there's a bigger one, they will demolish this. So we'll give it the first cast. You can see there's a nice little back eddy behind that pylon there. So I reckon we'll cast right there, right in there to start off with. Make sure that drag's nice and tight. Keep in contact with the lure. Let it sink all the way down. There we go. On the bottom and just vibing it along. Letting it sink down, vibe. Very simple method with the vibe. You guys know how it goes. The vibrations from the lure just bring those predatory fish in and they can't resist it. So see how we go. Nothing on the first cast. It's looking good though. There we go. It's a good little spot there. Oh, second cast. It's a good fish. Yep. Second cast. That's a really good fish. Second cast right along that bridge. Need to get out of here. That's a bigger fish. Yep. That's a really good fish. Wow. Second cast right along that pylon. We got it in the zone. And whatever this is, just smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. We're away from that bridge now. Out of the danger zone. This feels like a really good fish. Really good fish. Oh, big head shakes. Big head shakes. See if we can get a look. Oh, massive head shakes on this fish. And we've hooked up to a really good fish. Just feels heavy. Obviously can't tell how big it is just yet, but definitely feels decent. Oh, it's a nice Jew. It is a very nice Jew. It is a very nice Jewy. Man, that is a beast. That is a beast along the bridge. Oh, that is a cracker of a fish. And we got him. Oh, what a way to start off the day. That is a cracker of a fish to get the day going. Oh, I'm stoked with that. Oh, nice, man. Here's a great size little Jew. What a way to start off the day. Take a look at that. Second cast underneath that bridge with that brand new little lure, and we've caught a cracking little jewfish on it. That is an awesome way to start off the morning. It doesn't get any better than that. He clunked it right along that pylon. I casted it right into the back eddy, and bang, this guy was there and waiting. What an awesome predator of the estuary. The ultimate fish to catch. Look at the lateral line. I just can't get over how cool these fish look. They're just the best looking thing ever. They're amazing. Let's get fella going. He'll take off. You ready? Go on, mate. Look at him. Look at the colours on those fish. Big paddle tail. There he goes. Go on, mate. Cruise out. There he goes. Whew. Straight down. It's real shallow here, so we had to get out to the deeper water, and he went straight down. What a way to start off the morning. Second cast underneath the bridge. I'm definitely getting back over there. There could be more. They are a school fish and they're definitely interested in that lure. But I've got a massive tangle. I really wanted to show you guys the lure, but we got a problem. Hello, pelican. There's always a lot of pelicans around here working this area, which is always a good sign of life. They're here for the bait fish, and so are the big predators as well. We'll get on a little bit more scent on that lure. Just coating that, giving that a little bit of extra smell about it. And then we're going to go straight back over to this bridge and give it another crack. We'll get another cast in there, see if there's any more about. What a good start to the day. Right up along the bridge. He was hugging that pile on that fish right along it. Pretty predictable. They love sitting near structure. If he had a proper go, he probably could have done me on the structure if he was quick enough. Just watching that line. Big lift. Let it sink back down. Lift. Let it sink. Very simple technique. Oh, that's another one. Next cast. Literally the next cast and we got another fish. That is ridiculous. Just got back up to the bridge, cast later, and we've got another one on. Don't know what it is yet, but it feels decent. Let's have a look. Oh, let's see if we can. Oh, it's a big flatty. Wow, that's a cracking little flatty. Well, it was a flatty waiting along that bridge. I love that lure as well. Let's try to lift that fella in. Got to be careful with flathead though. Well, the next cast and we've got a beautiful little flathead. He demolished that little lure once again. That is an awesome little fish. 2 fish in 2 casts, that doesn't happen every morning. Alright, Flatty, it is your very lucky day because I didn't bring any ice. See you, mate. Definitely producing. We'll get another cast back in there, right in that eddy. They were holding in the exact same eddy, those fish. Sink it down, keep a keen eye on the line when it's sinking because I want to know exactly when it hits the bottom. As soon as it hits the bottom, I'll start my retrieve. Big lift. There, hit the bottom there. 1 lift. Let it float back out. Lift again. Try this next pylon along. Always keep moving and trying new areas. You just never know where the fish are going to be holding. There we go. Yep, we got another one. Another fish. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a really good fish. That was like 4 or 5 casts later once again. That feels good. You are kidding me. We've hooked up once again on the vibe. Don't know what it is. I think it's another Jew. That was a big head shake. Definitely a Jew head shake. He swam all the way down current there. See if we can get a look. Oh, look at those head shakes. Really big head shakes. Yeah, that's another Jew, I reckon. That was out in the middle, right in the middle of the current. Man, it's got a bit of weight to it once again, eh? Definitely got a bit of weight to it once again. It's going to be a nice fish. Oh, look at those head shakes. Ridiculous head shakes on these fish. Come here, buddy. Oh, we're going to get a look at him very soon, I think. There's the leader. There he is. He's another cracking fish. Cracking fish. This is ridiculous. What a morning. Oh, he could be even bigger than that first one. That is nuts. I might not try to use the net. Might just try to lift him in. Look at that. It's another good Jew. Another very good Jew. Try to lift him up. There he is. Beautiful. He could be bigger than the first one. Hey, buddy. What a start. Look at him. I reckon he's just as big, if not bigger than that first one. That is an awesome little school Jew. Once again on that vibe. I think that was probably 4 or 5 casts later. First cast under a new pylon, and we've caught another cracking little jewfish. I am so stoked with that. Look at him. He's a nice little slab as well. I just can't get over how cool these fish are. They're definitely my favourite fish in the ocean, the little mulloway. They are just epic, like nothing else. They are like nothing else in the estuaries. The ghosts, they get called, and he is a very good example of one. Very good. You can see that little vibe once again, right in the corner of the mouth. Let's get him going. That water's very dirty, but that is the second slab of the day. He's going to be good to go. Look at him. Epic little Jew. Try get him going. Go on, mate. See you later. Go on. You're free. Oh no. Can see him moving his fins around. He's just not kicking. All he needs to do is kick once and he's gone. I don't know what's wrong with him, eh? He's just got some barotrauma. He only came out of 5 meters. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time just swimming him around here. His gills are flaring up and he's kicking, so I just need to get out of this current, I think. Go on, go down. I just swam him for like 2-3 minutes. See if that helps him out a little bit. He just needs to stay out of that current. The current's so fast that it's just turning him on his side. I think he might be gone now. Hopefully he's fine, but this little lure is definitely doing the damage so far this morning. 3 fish on it already. We've only been fishing for probably 45 minutes and it's been a good start. It's been a very, very good start. Actually going to re-tie this lure on. There's a bit of frayage on the line, so always better to be safe than sorry, but how good's that? How good is a plan coming together when you're out fishing? You always make these big plans and have high hopes and expectations, and a lot of the times they're not met, but this morning they definitely have been. It's been a real hot little bite so far. Let's go, let's see if there's any more. Oh, that's way out in the middle there. Way out. See, the cast you want is right along there, right in the back eddy of the pylon. Always produces the best results. There's a lot of ospreys up there, look at that. Massive birds of prey looking for their meal as well. A boat just flew through here, so hopefully that doesn't affect the bite or anything. Okay, let's try something very, very different. We've got on a little 4-inch Z-Man paddle-tailed soft plastic. And we'll give that a cast around the bridges instead. See if they want a different profiled lure. First thing I'll do though is put a little bit of scent on it. It looks like the perfect little bait fish presentation, so I imagine they would love a little lure like this. Got that on a 3/8 jig head as well. Oh, that was a hit. Had a little hit there, I reckon. Second cast with the plastic. Sometimes at a different profile we'll just get those fish feeding again. You just never know. There we go. Yep. That was 2 or 3 casts later. After changing to the plastic, we've got another one. Feels good too. Definitely feels good. He hasn't ran or anything yet, but there he goes. Man, the change in profile is what did it. Definitely what did it. I was casting that vibe around for about half an hour without another touch. As soon as we switch over, we get another fish. Not sure how big he is. He hasn't ran or anything yet. Hasn't ran at all. Don't even know what he is. Let's see if we can get a look. I think it's a nice, oh, it's a good little Jew. It's a nice another little Jew. Look at that. Oh, what a session we have had out here. What a session. It's been so good. He's not a bad fish and he hasn't pulled a click of drag. There he is. The third one for the morning. It's just been one of those days and they've all been solid fish too. He's another good one. He's another very good one. I definitely think that the boat traffic shut him down for a little bit, but we've got another one to eat. With the change of profile, switched over to a little paddle tail. You can probably see it all the way down his gob there. He absolutely demolished it, but the sun's fully up now and we are still catching him. That is another grouse little Jewy. Since that last one didn't release very well, I just want to get him back right down his gob and we're just going to spear him. Spear him back, there we go. Send him straight down. We don't want another dodgy release. So cool. They are feeding their heads off around this bridge this morning. 3 quality jewfish in like an hour and a half of fishing. Doesn't get any better than that. We also caught the 1 flatty as well, so a little bit of bycatch to go along with it, but mainly jewfish. It's been grouse fun. Love it when you get a hot little bite. Let's get another cast straight back in. The reason I like the skinnier profiled paddle tails is because they're really streamlined and they sink through the water column really well. With the fatter plastics, the fatter style bodies, they sink a lot slower because obviously they move a lot more water. But the real streamlined ones get down there real quick, get into the strike zone, and the fish seem to love them. They're my favourite for estuary perch and Jew. Come on, fishy. Yep, we got something. Oh, I was about to go. Oh, it just got off. This is amazing. Surrounded by cliffs, rocks, deep pool in front of me. Everything's looking good. Look at this. Perfect spot we've just landed at. Got 2 rods out with me today, 20-pound leader on both of them because there are some big bass around here I've heard, and I think we're going to start off with a little surface lure. Okay, so here's the 2 little surface lures which I've got out of the box ready to go. So we've got the little Nomad Maverick and also this little popper as well. So I think we might start off with this. Well, let's give this a crack. First cast out here targeting some Australian bass. Get it right over near that structure there. I know the bass are very structure orientated, so hopefully we can find some in this pool. A lot of water to explore here. We will see. Very cool looking spot. You can see that this little lure I'm throwing is just barely surface. It actually dives a little bit under as well. When fish hit it, they just smack it. Ooh, that was a hit. Right over there, hey? Definitely just had a hit. It is just beautiful out here, man. I'm really excited to do more of this fishing and just to get into today's session. I haven't really done anything like this before. I've done a little bit of clear water cod fishing, which was pretty cool and remote, but this is just next level. Next level. I'm actually going to change over lures. I'm going to switch over to a frog because it has a little bit more of a surface commotion compared to the one which I'm using. We'll try that one out to the 4-inch Z-Man Goats. See how that goes. Yeah, we're switching. My first and only hit came on this lure, so I'm going to switch back over to it. Oh! I just saw one swipe at it. I feel like bass are literally my cursed fish. Like, you guys haven't seen it, but I've been trying a little bit to try and catch one of these buggers and it just hasn't worked. Everything which could have gone wrong has gone wrong so far. So either way, it's crazy cool water. I mean, look where we are, but it's getting to the stage though where I would like a bass, a bit of reward for effort. Gonna switch over lures yet again. This is an even deeper diving hard body lure. Hopefully this will do it. Come on, man. There we go. There we go. Little one. Little one. Very little one. Man, that took ages. And he's tiny. Let's get a look at him. He is tiny. Wow. That's a really small bass, but it is a bass. I can't believe how small that is. First bass couldn't have been much smaller. Still, it is a little Australian bass and my first ever wild Australian bass. See you, buddy. Of course, I get the one tiny one in this whole system. Monster bass in this system, so got pretty unlucky to get the little one, I think. Good signs, I guess. It's been a long time fishing for that fish, but I guess it's a good sign that we finally got one. Very cool little spot. It is now 9:15, so we've already put in a fair few hours, a couple hours, but it's been a little bit quiet. Nice little back eddy pull here. Could be something in there. Come on, bassy, bassy, bassy. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Where? Whoa. That's big. Wow. Oh, that's crazy big. Wow. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh my goodness. That just happened. Are you kidding me? Oh, what? I am literally shaking. That is crazy. I was just about to say I'm gonna have a break from jumping all the rapids and have a cast underneath there, and bang, big bass. Yeah, that's my first ever proper bass, and it's a beast. It's a beast. Monster bass. Just smashed it on the frog. I can't believe that. That is an absolute beast of a bass. What a football. Oh, that's so awesome. Man, people aren't wrong. They definitely fight hard. They definitely fight hard. Oh, that's so sick. That's crazy, man. I need to get a measurement. I need to get a photo. I need everything. That is awesome. That is a 50. Yes, I can't believe that. That is a 50. My second ever wild Australian bass is a 50. How sick's that? Alright, buddy. Thank you for the fight. That was so awesome. There he is there. Cruising off. Gone. Just took off then. Oh man, I can't believe that. I'm in shock. I'm still tweaking out a little bit just because of how much effort went into that fish. I'll give you guys a little bit of context. I've done a few local trips, drove 4 hours total, caught nothing. I did one trip to a similar location to this, 8 hours total driving, or 9 hours, nothing. And then this trip, 4.5 hours driving, bang, caught that fish. So as I said, you guys may see the highlights on the YouTube channel, me catching fish, but sometimes it doesn't always go to plan. And especially with Australian bass, this has by far been the hardest fish I've ever targeted. Harder than kingfish, harder than everything for some reason, but bang, 4-inch frog, smacked him. Finally got my curse off. Gonna keep fishing around this snag again. This is where we caught the last one, so doubt there'll be another one, but you just never know. So get another cast out. Oh, that was wild. Random little zone there. I'm never gonna forget that snag. That's for sure. Oh my, that was the worst casting I've ever done. At least I already got the fish out of there. What have I actually done here? Gone all the way around there. It's gonna be an absolute dog. And back to jumping rapids. Lovely. There's millions and millions and millions of little lizards around here. Another one there. There are some bigger ones around. I'm sure we'll see some of those. Well, I've already seen some of those. They just perch up on the logs, especially when it's hot. It's not that hot today, so they might not. Fell in. Ooh, this here looks like a pretty good stretch of river. A few snags, deeper banks, but that back there is what I've had to deal with a lot. Rapids and waterfalls and just hard stuff to navigate, but we got there in the end, and once you get through it, you're greeted with some nice little pools. Look at him after it. Oh, did you see the little ones? The little ones after it. That was cool. Ooh, one on it. Oh, bummer. Whoa, there's one. Bummer, didn't hook up. Wonder if he went back. See if he eats the hard body. There we go. There we go. One ate the hard body. Nice. Not as big as that last one we had buffet, I reckon, but or maybe he was and that's why we didn't hook up. Perfect. Third one for the day. Switched over from the surface to the subsurface and it got the bite. Bang. There we go. Little fella. Beautiful little creatures though, I don't mind how big they are. That one was on the little sticks minnow there. Pretty cool. See if there's another one in there or not. Definitely think we had a hit from a bigger one, but they're usually in a few, so we might have had a smaller one come out. There we go. That's the cast. I think that's him. Oh well, it's good we got one from that snag. It looks too good, doesn't it? Oh, there we go. Oh, that was sick. I wonder if he comes back. Oh, little one. That would have been one of the little ones, which was hitting the frog then. Number 4, Incy Wincy. See you, buddy. Man, that is the most gnarly and skits thing I've ever done from my kayak. Just climb those gnarly little rapids, but look where we are. Gorge country, I'm pretty sure. Looks gorgy to me. Hopefully we just get rewarded with one fish for all of this effort. Oh, so cool. Can't imagine that these waters get fished too much. It's so hard to get here. So we could, oh, that's not good. We could be onto a good spot here, hopefully. Ooh, one on it, look at that. There's got to be one in there. This is bloody cool, this. There we go. Yep. Really big. Really big. Wow. Wow. Come here. Really big. Wow, look at that. Really big. No, come here. Really big. Whoa. Middle of the day. Some of these fish just don't care, man. That is insane. Second beast we've hooked up to. Whew, what a big fish that is. We got him. We got him. That's just as big as the other one, if not bigger. Wow. This is insane. Oh my goodness. Oh, he touched me up on the rocks a little bit. Look at the spot where we're fishing, and we've got another 50 centimeter bass, I reckon, in the net. That's got to be close to 50. Finally broke the curse. The drought has been shattered. That is a beast. That's bigger than 50. That is like 54. Oh my goodness. Didn't think it was that big. 54 centimeters of Australian bass. I gotta give him a breather. Can you guys see the size of that bass? Look how big that thing is. That is insane. I can't believe that. 54 centimeters. Wild bass. How's that, man? On the frog. Top water, middle of the day, 54 centimeter Australian bass. Easily a new PB. And what a monster. What a monster. The effort is always worth it, man. The effort always pays off in reward. And that right there is proof. I have spent like 20-25 hours plus driving to catch this fish and have a session like we've had today. How epic is that? Fishing doesn't get any better than that. Absolute monster. Take a look at the size of it. Man, let's get her going. Big, beautiful thing. Let's see it take off, eh? Look at that. There she goes. PB bass. Look where we are. I would have been happy catching a 40 where we are, but we go and catch a 54. Insane. Definitely gonna retie. He must have found a rock because the leader's a little bit frayed up, so retie and get back into it. Okay. Ooh, was that a fish? Don't know, but I'm casting there. Straight back into it. Even if nothing. Oh, you're kidding. I was literally about to say, even if nothing happens, I'm gonna be happy. What is going on? This is so sick. Such cool water. You just have no clue what's around the corner from where you are, eh? No clue. Oh, there's one. It's a little bit smaller, but it's another one right near where we caught that last one. Craziness. There he is. He might get off here, but we'll try to lip him. There he is. Definitely smaller than that last one, but still a nice little bass. A couple meters away from where we caught that last one. Very, very cool. Let's get a look at the colors. Australian bass. Awesome fish. See, buddy? Whew. So cool. Doesn't get any more epic, I reckon. Any fish is just a bonus from now, like that one, just a bonus. Just exploring this country and area is just the best. It is the best. Another one. There we go. Another one. Wow. He's even a little bit bigger too. There he is. Yet another one. Try and pop that hook out. There we go, another little one, probably the same size. Still awesome, awesome fun. The red eyes, cool Australian bass. See you, buddy. This frog is just killing it. Absolutely killing it. Don't even need to change lures at the moment because it's on fire. It is on fire. Good morning, everyone. We are out here on the kayak once again at a completely new spot, and that's going to be the theme of all today. We're going to be fishing entirely new spots, trying to find fish where I've never caught them before. You can see that I haven't messed around this morning. I'm out here very, very early and I'm heading directly towards a bridge. I want to fish a lot of bridges today, fish a lot of structure and try and pull some giant fish out of that structure. So that's a little bit of the game plan. I'm really excited, man. I love doing stuff like this. I love exploring new areas, completely new spots. Just found this ramp on Google Earth and here we are this morning. It's so wild out here. It is like the definition of peaceful. All I can hear is just birds, cockatoos, kookaburras. They're all going off this morning. And it's glass calm. I think we'll go to the main bridge. We're just going to punch it about 2 kilometers straight up river here and get to the main kind of highway bridge. The other one looks a little bit too shallow for my liking. That is a lot of life. I'm seeing a lot of life right alongside this rock wall. It's fairly deep. I'm seeing a lot of bait, a lot of fish. So if this bridge doesn't work out, we're going to come straight back here. Man, take a look at this bridge. If there are fish here, it is going to be some gnarly fishing. Oh, there's fish here. Look at that. Fish right here, right below me. I can barely hear myself think underneath this bridge, but if there's fish here, we'll definitely give it a go. Paddle tail with a bit of scent. Going under. There's got to be something here. Got to be. I don't know what fish are here, but there's something. Oh, this is the deep side. Come on, man, there's got to be a fish here. It looks way too good. There we go. We got a fish. What is that? A little fish. Doesn't feel very big, but we've got something. What is this? Oh, it's a big flatty. Good flatty. Damn, wasn't expecting that. Very nice flathead. I'll tell you what, that is a good first little fish. Really nice flatty just along these bridge pylons. And he is super fat, which means that there's probably a lot of bait in this area, which is a very good sign. So really nice flatty to kick off the day. We'll take him. We'll literally take him. He'll be delicious. Bit of a lure change. If there are any dewies around, we do want to get them to bite. So I'm going to use a vibe. Vibes are very, very effective at catching them. So give it a go. Let's see what we can do. Fish right up against this structure here. On the way up. Is that a little tailor? I think it is. If these fellas are here, then the Jew aren't far away. He's the perfect little lollipop. That's a good sign. That is a really, really good sign. When the tailor are around, typically the bait are around, which means the jewfish are around, so that's good. That gives me a lot of confidence. A lot of confidence. I'm splashing in fashion, I don't take no loss. Oh, it's the flatty, oh my God. That scared the bejeebers out of me. There we go. That's a good fish, I think. What is that? Could be another flatty or maybe a little Jew. We'll find out in a second. It's another good flatty. Another very good flatty. Very good flatty. How's that? He's even bigger than the other one, I reckon. Probably the same size or maybe a little bit smaller than that last one, but I'll take that any day. The bridge is producing 2 flathead and a nice tailor. Wow, that's a very, very good start to the morning. The first one was on a little plastic and the second one was on this vibe. So obviously the flatties are on the chew. There's a lot of bait here. There's tailor, so there definitely could be some jewfish around as well. That's what we want to get. There we go. Little fish, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Something else though. Could be a brim, that. It is. Nice little brimbo. Getting the old mixed bag on the vibe so far. That's a couple of flatties and now a nice brim. So we'll get him going. See you, buddy. There's a lot of life here, that's for sure. A lot of life at this bridge. There we go. That's a good fish. That's another flathead though. Oh, got off. Another fish. What's that? Another flatty, I think, or a brim. A good flatty. Well, that is the third really nice flatty of the morning. That is epic. Just jigging and throwing little vibes along these pylons, and we are picking up a whole heap of really solid fish. There's a few brim about as well. So far we haven't found the jewfish, but if these guys are around, I'm not going to complain. Put a little bit more juice on the vibe. Every time I catch a couple fish, always put some fresh scent on there. Let's see. There's a lot of fish around here. So many fish so far, which is really good. Never been here before, as I said, so I didn't know what to expect, but it's been a really good spot so far. Another fish. That's pretty good too. I think it's another flatty. Or that could be a brim, actually. It is. A big brim. He is a big brim. Well, we're not just catching really nice flatties here. There's also a fair few big brim. There has to be jewfish. There's so much bait, so many fish. I think it's only a matter of time. See, buddy? This is a cool spot, eh? Very cool spot. That is loud. That is really loud. They are pressure washing the pylons as we speak, so it is very loud. I might actually move away for a little bit just because it's so loud. Another fish. It's another flatty, I reckon, or maybe a brim. Oh no, another good flatty. Can just lift him up. Alright, another cast out. Same little vibe. That is the fourth legal flathead, 2 brim and also a tailor. And we've only been fishing for like a little bit over an hour, so already a really good session, and we still have the whole day ahead of us, so pretty exciting stuff. Got something. Another little brimby. That is the third one of the morning. Pretty cool. See you, buddy. We're gonna go for a move now. We're gonna get away from this very loud bridge, plus those guys are pressure washing and probably spooking a lot of fish, so I'm gonna go for a move, find some deeper holes on avionics and just fish those. Jewfish are a predatory species which like a mullet, tailor, anything with abundance. That's not a good David Attenborough impression. Horrible. Apparently this is the deep hole and there's nothing here. Did I get baited? It said it was going to be around 10 meters deep on avionics, but here my sound is only showing me 6. It might get a little bit deeper the further we go up, but it's not too deep here. Definitely sounding up some fish though, so we'll throw this little vibe out again, see what we can do. Oh, I had a hit. Fouled up my lure. Had a little hit. Did not feel very big, but it was a hit, I think. Very random spot this is. I really doubt we're going to get anything here, but we'll give it a crack. We pedalled all the way up here. Water looks good. The water's a good colour. A little bit browner than down the entrance. That's a fish. What are you? A little flathead, I'm guessing. Maybe a brim? I don't know, flatty? Is that a whiting? What? A whiting. A big whiting. Of all things I thought I was going to catch here, a whiting was not one of them. And he's honestly fairly decent too. That's pretty cool. We might actually keep him as well. There are some bigger fish here. I'm going to get another cast out. I've just sounded up a mother load of something. There we go. Ooh, nice little fish there. What are you? Is that another whiting? Oh my goodness. Wait, is that a little jewie? That is a little jewie. I thought that was the fattest whiting on the planet Earth, but it is a little jewie. There we go. That can't be a bad sign. First little jewie of the day. micro one though, but it has to mean there's more around. I definitely got baited with this deep hole thing. It is not very deep up here at all. 5 meters I'm fishing. We got something. Yep, a little bit better I think. Might be another flatty though, but caught a few little fish along this ledge now. He's swimming at me. Swimming up current. Oh, he's a good flatty. Very good flatty. We'll get him in the net. Bang, he's a nice flatty. We've really got some nice flathead out here today, eh? Sharp teeth, but there he is. Once again, another very, very nice flathead. This is probably the 4th one around that 50 to 60 centimeter mark. So really nice fish. All of them pretty much have been on the vibes around structure and deep water. So been good fun. Technique for this vibe is very simple. I've just simply floated it all the way down to the bottom. And I'm just doing slow lifts, very slow lifts. These vibes have so much action already on the lure, so you don't have to do anything crazy. A few slow lifts here and there. Let it sink back down, slow lift, all I'm doing, hopping it right along the bottom. Well, that spot wasn't as good or as deep as what I thought it was going to be, but we still managed a solid flatty, a little jew, and a nice whiting as well. So now I'm going to make my way back down to that bridge where we were earlier. Going to try there for another 15-20 minutes. I'm sounding up some very good fish here yet again. I'm going to drop that vibe down on them. There we go. That's a good fish. I think it's a flatty or something. What is that? Oh, it's a big brim. Big brim. There's more following him too. That is a stonker of a brim. That's a monster of a brim. Big brim. That is a really big brim. It is literally first cast back here along the bridge, and we got a really solid brim. What a fish. That's an old girl too, look at that. Let her go. There's about 3 or 4 more with that fish as well, so there's definitely more over there. Some really nice fish hanging out the back of this pylon, so if we can get one of those to eat, we'll be in for a bit of fun, because I'm pretty sure that they're dewies. Pretty sure. That's a good fish. Yep. That felt good. What is that? Good flatty, I think. It's a big flatty. Yep, that is a monster flatty. Oh boy. There's a 4. Nice flathead. That's easily the biggest one of the day. There we go. Got the lure out. Thank goodness. Oh man. That is a really nice flatty. Easily the biggest one of the day, and it inhaled that little vibe in the deep water in about 10 meters now, vibing the deep, and we got her, so we'll send her off. It was a bit of a tough fight, so let's plop it back in. See ya. Well, I'm very happy with that fella. We've had an incredible little morning out so far. It's midday at the moment, and we've caught, I don't know, probably 10 or so flatties, that whiting, a few brim, and most of them have been on these vibes, vibing the structure. So good afternoon everyone, and welcome to paradise. Take a look at the spot which we've landed at this afternoon. It is epic country, just rivers on pristine rivers. And today we're doing something very, very highly anticipated, and that is a bit of cod fishing. So all decked out, got the kayak down here in this remote river, and we're going to do a bit of kayak fishing in some clear water for Murray cod. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Let's spin ourselves around and start exploring. Man, this looks really, really cool. Now, I think our little game plan for this afternoon is just to do a bit of exploring, have a bit of fun, try and catch a couple of fish, and just enjoy ourselves. I actually do have one really unique lure, which I might use if we tick off a couple of cod or trout cod, and that is this budgie. Surface topwater budgie. I think it would be so cool to try and use this bird lure to try and catch a fish. So I've got so many different lures I want to throw, so many different plans, but to start off with, we're going to be keeping it very, very simple. This is actually my first time ever using a spinnerbait. So we've got the TT Froggers on here. It's actually like a pre-made cod lure, so this is exactly how it came. And we're just going to throw that around to start off with and just try and tick off our first fish of this epic little adventure. I'm not going to lie, I reckon this pool which we've just drifted down to looks absolutely epic. It's got a bit of current flow coming down that way, so I think this is where we are going to start. Going to get our first cast out of the day. Lovely. First time ever using a spinnerbait, as I said, so not entirely sure what to expect. Just going to try and catch a couple of fish. Look at that. That looks really good in the water. Good cast. Got to get the good cast out of the way early. Oh, I thought these things don't get snagged, eh? I'm pretty much expecting the fishing to be at its toughest right now. It's the middle of the day. Once the shadows start appearing more, that's when I think the cod will chew a little bit more as well. Tell you one thing, we'll be coming back to this snag because it looks very, very coddy. Look at that. Deep water, a lot of structure. That's ideal for cod. Oh, whoa. Good cod just followed that out. Well, I'm not really liking the look of upriver, so I think I might go down a little bit, explore downstream and see if we can tick off our first. A little bit tough so far. We had that one really good fish follow it, but other than that, quiet. Oh, had a hit. Oh, whoa. Oh, one on it. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. Good cod. Wow. Just teabagging that structure. That's a good cod. Yes. We've got one. Oh, that was so sick. I don't know if that was the same fish or if there was a couple in there, but man, that was really cool. Just gonna get over to the bank. Awesome. Gonna need me pliers for this. How cool's that? Our first Murray cod of the trip. Whoa. Had a couple of chances so far on these fellas and finally got one to stick on that spinnerbait. He's a solid little fish too. Yes. How cool. How cool's that? Our first Murray cod of the trip, and it is an absolute beauty. Take a look at him. He's a really, really nice size one. He's probably almost my biggest one ever. That's how little Murray cod fishing I've done, but that is so, so cool. Right along that timber there, and we got him. Nice fish. Get him going. All right, buddy. How cool are you? Thanks for coming. Oh, there he goes. Yes, 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 the little spinnerbait has done it. My first ever fish on a spinnerbait, and he was a real nice little fella. Super stoked on that. Hopefully there's a few more to go. That was so cool. I really hope you guys could see him. He just kept swirling on it, coming up out of the log, hitting it, and he eventually got hook stuck in him. That was so, so cool. Man, it's an exciting form of fishing when they come up like that, isn't it? Really exciting. I don't know if there was a couple on that log or it might have been the same fish, but as you saw, he came back a couple of times. Oh, another one, yep. Wow, it's the same snag pretty much, just a little bit down, and we got another one. A lot smaller than that first one, but right there. So cool. Yes, we've ticked a couple off in like 5 minutes. Oh, this is such fun fishing. Such fun fishing. Woof. Bit of acrobatics from old buddy. There we go. The little froggers yet again, and bang. The second little Murray cod of the day. I'm trying not to get him on the warm deck, so look at that. Awesome little fish. Definitely another little Murray cod. We'll just get him going. See you, buddy. Thanks for making my day. I know I didn't make yours. Oh, you splashed both cameras when he said goodbye. That's 2 fish off that 1 snag over there, so really good going. I'm super stoked already with how today's gone. Both fish on this little lure. It's the only lure we've used, to be honest, but still, it looks really cool in the water. It's definitely working a treat so far. Be surprised if there's another one in this area, that's for sure. Look at the flash. It's just crazy. This area here is going to be real good, I think. There's just some real random deep water, big rocks, big logs. Come on, fishes. Starting to drift a fair way down this river now, covered a fair bit of water, but man, it's so much fun, I don't want to stop. I need to remind myself that I have to drag my kayak all the way back up, so better stop soon. I think the plan is that we're going to turn around and start throwing that surface lure, that little duck. If we can get a fish on that duck, it'll be so epic. Oh, that's a good one. There we go. There we go. Yes, another one. How sick was that underneath those willows? Whew, that was cool. Man, they hit so hard when they hit it, eh? Another one. See if we can get him up. Alright, let's get a look at him. Should be able to get a look at that little spinnerbait we've been using as well there. Beautiful little cod. So we got a big one, small one, and he's a medium one, I'm going to say. Definitely a nice fish. That's 3 down for the day. So cool. It's almost time to switch over to surface, I reckon. See if we can get one on the bird. So cool. Oh, there he goes. I was going to get an underwater shot, but he just took off. I am amazed at how hard that little cod hit this lure. I thought he was going to be much, much bigger, but he was still a good little fish though. This lure was awesome. Caught 3 cod on it, had a couple more strikes, but now it's time to change over. Perfect surface time, and we're going to switch over to that bird, which I showed you guys earlier. If we get a fish on that, it should be a goodie. Bird. How cool is that? Little bird, hopefully we get a fish on him. It's 2 tow points, I don't know which one to use. I reckon I'll switch the bib over. Okay, there we go. Just switched over the bib, so this should be a little crawler now, so see how it looks. Yeah, nice. It looks really cool. Hopefully there is a bird eating cod out this afternoon. Really cool looking lure. Oh, get over that log. That's a good fish. That's a really good fish. Whoa. That's a good fish. No, he's on the handle. Wow. Whoa, we got it. That's a really good fish. Somehow we got him over that log. Oh, wow. That's awesome. He's only on by 1 point of the treble. That is by far my biggest Murray cod, man. On the bird. Alright, we don't really mind if he gets off now. The fun part's done, the surface eat. Oh no! What are you doing, mate? He's fully gone under the kayak. It's one way to do it. Look at him. Or her. It's by far my biggest Murray cod. Look at that. Might have to give it a measurement, eh? What are the guesses, ladies and gentlemen? Wow. That's a proper cod. All the way down to about 84. That's an awesome cod. Yes. Oh, that is an awesome cod. How's that? That is so sick. Man, what a beast. That is my PB Murray cod on the bird lure. Look at the size of that thing. What an awesome fish, 84 centimeters. That is a new PB. Oh, that's awesome. What a beautiful thing. Oh man, that is so cool. What a fish. 84 of a big bird eating cod. That's awesome, man. See ya, buddy. That snag over there just produced my PB Murray cod, 84 centimeters. How cool was that? The bird got an absolute hiding. First fish ever on the bird was a monster. Definitely a monster for this shallow clear stuff, or the clear water cod. That was unreal. How cool is that? What's that, 3 or 4 cod for the day now? PB flicking the bird. Oh, another one. Another one on the bird. Wow. Another one on the bird. Awesome. Definitely a lot smaller than that last one. That's for sure. Maybe we'll just try get him off in the water. Give him the least stress possible. There he goes. Least stress possible. That's dangerous though. You could easily get a treble when you're doing that. Damn, they're liking the bird. That's 2 fish in like 5 minutes on the bird lure. That other one was just slightly bigger, but still, oh, very cool. I must be getting acclimatised a little bit because it's definitely not cold compared to Victoria, but it's a little bit nippy this morning. Alright, so game plan for today. We have a whole day's fishing and my plan is to target some jewfish earlier on this morning. So obviously, first light, early mornings is a really good time to target these jewfish. And we also have a draining tide, which is fairly good as well. So this morning, jewfish are on the cards, and then later on into the day, we're going to try and target some really big dusky flathead bridge. First spot of the morning, obviously a lot of structure, and I've got 3 rods down below me. I've got the medium, the really light, and then the medium light. I think I'm going to throw the medium light first of all. So I've got this little medium paddle tail rigged up on it. The jewfish for me have been really tough to figure out here. I've found them, but I haven't been able to catch them. So that really seems to be the challenge, and hopefully this morning we can just get onto one. If we can get onto one, I'll be more than happy. Pretty tight drag. We want to really get them out of that structure if we do hook one. Let's get the first cast going. Just going to go to the left of that pylon and just slowly sink it down. Let's see. Get that little bounce. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is fish on the side scan. Definite fish on the side scan. Well, we've got some fish in the area. That's the first piece of the puzzle, but as I said, I've been able to find them. I just haven't been able to get them to eat. There we go. Oh, that didn't take too long. What was that second cast? We've got something. What are you? It doesn't feel very big. That's the only problem, but tiny little Jewy. He is a little bubba. Really cool fish though, but he is tiny. He is as small as jewfish get, literally like the smallest Sunrise, little Jewy. That's still really cool. We'll get him going. See you, buddy. Very good sign. That was second cast right there. He plucked it off the bottom. I said I wanted to get one and we got him second cast. There's definitely some more there. Sounded up a few now. Seen some, oh, another scale. There must be a lot of bait down there. I keep picking up scales of fish. I think it's a Jewy scale. There we go. That's a good one. It's a better one, I think. Yeah, that's a Jew. On the way down he hit that. Definitely feels a little bit better, unless it's wrapped up. Let's see. He's just foul hooked. Look at that. Another, oops. Another beautiful little Jew. Just another very small one, but they're there. That's the main thing. They are there. Head cam, microphone. Head cam, microphone. We are now chasing flathead. Flathead is new target species. Can we acquire? Find out through heart and desire. So this is a little look at what we're working with. You can see big sand flat, and there's a tiny little channel which kind of runs out and along here. So I'm just going to cast the paddle tail right along it. See if there's any big flatties or flatties at all, just ambushing stuff along this ledge. Kind of regretting my decision leaving that bridge behind when there was still tide left. I shouldn't have done that. Should have waited for the tide to turn before I moved anywhere. Whew, that sounded like a gunshot. I just lost my lure. Oh, I was going to switch over lures anyway. That was just a very efficient way of doing it. Get out this little troublemaker. If there's any flatties around here, they should scoff down that. Hard body lure, rigged up. We're just going to flick that over these flats here where I was throwing the plastic. I might go into a state of shock if we don't get at least one flathead here. Looks really good. Oh, there we go, fish. Little flathead. Right where we thought he would be. He's not very big though. There he goes. New lure, well, slightly bigger lure, more shallow diving. And I really like it for fishing these flat type areas. Such good area. I don't know if you guys can see beside me, but perfect bottom. We've got some little shallow drop offs, which is like my favourite. So there should be some flatties hanging around this area. There we go. Yep, that's a flatty, I think. I don't have a good grip on the rod. Oh yeah, that's a flatty. Yes, right in the shallows up there. The funny thing is that I just saw a lot of bait, like a lot of bait in the area. And as soon as we saw the bait, we just got a hook up. Well, it's pretty big. Yep, there it goes. It's a pretty good fish. Yes, it's a very good fish. There he is there, man. It's so hard to tell how big they are when they do what he did. Swam straight at me. Well, he's only just on. Get him in that net. There it is. Very solid flathead. The colours on these things are epic. Man, get a look at her. Epic little flatty. Finally got a good one. We caught one small one and then this fella right here. Definitely happy with that. Probably around that 60 centimetre mark. So we won't bother her too much more now. We'll get her going. What an epic fish. Oh. One flatty down. I was starting to lose a little bit of hope just because it has been super tough. We've covered that whole bank in front of us. Now I'm just working my way back down, covering the other side of it. That's where we got that fish. Let's get another cast back out over that flat. She was sitting really shallow in this super shallow water here, so keep targeting that. What we really want to feel is just a big tick in the line, just that flathead engulfing that lure. That's what I really want, because when they do that, they're typically very big. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Yep, I felt the boof and also saw it swirl. I was like, what happened to my lure? It was weird. Oh, that's a good fish, I think. Whoa, this is extremely, extremely heavy. Man, I was so confused because I saw like a swirl on my lure after I twitched it and I thought I might have accidentally fouled it up, but oh, whoa. Oh, it was just a big, big flatty. Man, this thing's monstrous. The swirl on the lure literally made me thought that I'd fouled up, but I didn't foul up whatsoever. Oh, the head shakes are enormous. This thing's really big, eh? This thing is really, really big. It keeps sticking to the bottom like a stingray. Wow, I can see it. This is enormous. Like, I can see the shadow of this thing in the water and it looks incredibly large. Really. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, I thought it got off then. Really hope these hooks stay in. This thing's huge. Completely new area. I've literally never fished this spot before. I was just going off Google Earth, areas which I thought would be good. Whoa, that is huge. That is huge. Oh, this is putting up a good fight too. I'm just going to take it easy now. Hopefully those hooks are in really well. The drag is not loose either. This is like a tight drag, like fairly stiff. Oh, this thing's just really big. Really big. I caught an 85 not long ago and this thing feels just as big. Just as big as that. Holy. Wow. Dude, that thing looks 90. Whoa. Oh my God, that's bigger than 85, I think. That thing is enormous. We got her. Whoa. That is huge. That's like, that looks around 85 or, I don't know. It looks as big as that last one. That thing's ridiculously large. Ow. Oh, it's gotta be. Holy demon, that's big. That's gotta be close. Ow! Oh, 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 that hurts so much. Let go. Ow! Oh, man. Oh. That is enormous. That has got to be close to a PB. That's got to be over 85, I think. It looks bigger. Man, it feels and looks bigger than my PB. That thing is huge. What a big girl. Oh, I can't believe I just came out here to a completely new spot and caught this thing. What a fish. All right, we got to give her a measurement. Dude, that is monstrous. Man, that's so big. Look at it. Brag mat ready. On the brag mat. Look how fat that thing is on the brag mat. All the way down to the end. Nose is on the front. That is 88 centimetre flathead. There's the 90 mark. And she's 88. Far out. Look at the thickness of that flathead. What a monster. What a monster. Let's get her going. All right, big girl. Thank you so much. We're just going to walk her out a little bit. Look at that thing sitting in the sand. That is ridiculous. We're just going to slowly walk her out. Oh, oh, shit. It's underneath the kayak. That's a cool shot. Big girl's smart. Look at her power off, man. That is a big flathead. Powering off into the distance. Look at that thing. It looks like a dinosaur. That's what happens when you keep them healthy. They just power off like that giant donkey is. 88 centimetres, that's a new PB for me. Ridiculous scenes out here on the sand flats. That's why you have a big net. That's why you need a big net when you're fishing out. If You just never know. Oh, ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's just how you have to fish during busy times and school holidays. You just have to find a bank where no one is. Find an area where no one's fishing, hidden in plain sight kind of thing, and that's what we did. Oh, I genuinely thought it was going to take me months to break that previous PB of 85, but we've literally done it in like 2-3 weeks. That's just insane. I've actually just retied that lure on. The leader was completely frayed up, so it's ready to go again. I almost want to retire this bloody thing. I need some water if I'm going to pass out. The problem with getting one like that is that now every flatty we get is going to look probably microscopic, because that thing was just enormous. Look at that stingray. Stingray cruising the flats. I would confidently say that we're not going to beat that PB today, but you just never know here. You just never know. I hate this place. It's so good that I hate it because I know that I have to go back to Victoria. Alright, new spot, same lure. You can see in the background here that this sandbank looks incredible. It's actually the entrance to a little island. It wraps around to a little island here, so we might even go towards the back of the island and fish as well, but for now, I'm just going to start off out here. Oh, flatty. There we go. That's a good one. 2 casts here and we got one. Don't know how big it is. Feels decent though. It is decent. I've got a boat flying straight towards me too, so we might just try and shake her off. Quality flatty though. There she goes. There's a boat right there, so I don't want to see that I've got a good fish on. She was probably like a 60, 65 yet again, so another quality fish, but that boat's a bit close for comfort. If you guys want to see a big swim bait flathead video, then let me know. I've had a very, very eventful start to the morning this morning. I've actually been out on the kayak for roughly an hour already and haven't done any fishing. I've had heaps and heaps of dramas. Ever since I jumped on board this morning, things have started going wrong. The sound is not working, the microphone's been having issues, cameras have been having issues, but I think we're at the stage now where everything's half ready to go. The sound is still not working. I think it's time for a new one, but we'll leave all those problems behind and get into this morning's fishing. You can probably tell it's a little bit loud at the moment, and that is because we've just parked up next to this beautiful looking bridge. So my plan to start off this morning is to fish some heavy structure and hopefully pull out some heavy fish. Going to be targeting some bigger fish to start off with. Got some bigger lures, which I'll show you guys in a second, but very, very keen. Ooh. That's got to be a good sign. There's some pelicans over there working the shallows for bait. You can see that sun's a little bit up now, but we've actually got 3 combos out with us today. This is the heaviest one with a big plastic. We've got a slightly smaller plastic there, and then the ultra light rod. I think we might start with the medium one, so we'll give this a crack first of all, see if there's anything hanging around this bridge. So what we've got is this paddle-tailed mullet soft plastic. It's a little Z-man, and we're going to give this a crack. It looks like a tiny little mullet, and if there's any jewies or anything like that around, I'm pretty sure they will demolish this little plastic. Pretty basic stuff, but hopefully if we do pluck something along this bridge, it'll be fairly solid. Going to make sure that drag's nice and tight. If we do get a big fish to start off with, I want to be able to get him out. Okay, just going to go up near that bridge, let it sink down. I may need a little bit heavier jig head. Let's cast that into the bridge, but we'll give it a crack with the light one to start off with. Definitely going to need to go a bit heavier. There is a lot of current pushing through under this bridge, so we'll try the heavier setup, and then I think we might even downsize plastics and try smaller plastic with a bit of a bigger jig head just to get it down faster. So we'll try this out. This is a 5-inch Z-Man, big paddle tail. Perfect for a good jewie if there's any around, but we shall find out. The jig head on this soft plastic is a fair bit heavier than the last one. This is a half, whereas the last one was a 1/4. So we should get down there a lot faster. Hopefully get down into the zone. Oof, almost took out that camera. Yeah, this feels better. Yep. We got down there, down into a snag. Try the one along. Man, there's a lot of snags, eh? Second snag in the second cast. We got something. Yep. Didn't take too long at all. I think that's a jewie as well. Yes, we are on. Man, that is so sick. First cast along that pylon there, and something has definitely grabbed it. He clunked that right along the bridge. That is so sick. Tell you what, it actually feels pretty decent too. Hasn't done a run or anything, but it definitely feels half decent. Yeah, it's a nice jewie. Look at that. It's a very nice little jew. There he goes. That is awesome, man. That is sick. 5-inch paddle tail hopped right along that pylon, and we got one. Target acquired. He's only just on. Beautiful, man. That is awesome. I'm just gonna pedal over here and get out of this current. That is so cool. He's a nice little jewie as well. He's a great little jewie. He's not too small at all. That took 10-15 minutes, and we have got this epic little jewie. He is not bad at all, and you can see that 5-inch paddle tail pinned him right in the mouth. He was only lightly hooked, but it was definitely enough to get him in. It's been a while since I've caught a jewie even this big, so it feels really good to get one early on this morning. That's a cracking little fish. Take a look at the beautiful lateral line, the amazing colours on him, and that is a great way to start off the day. We're going to get that lure out and send him off, give him no more stress. All right, our little chrome friend, we'll send you off. Come on buddy. There he goes, cruising along there. He didn't come out of water that deep, so he should be absolutely fine. Just cruised off into the depths. I kind of wanted to get a real cool shot with my good camera, but at the same time I just wanted to see him swim off, give him minimal time out of the water. So that's what we did, and that is the first cracker ticked off for the day. What an epic fish to start off the morning. I'm stoked with that fish. Oh, that jig head's actually a bit blunt. Might need to get on a new jig head, I think. Definitely lucky I checked that jig head. It was very blunt. That last fish must have blunted it, or maybe even when I casted it into a bridge. But rigged up and ready to go. That 5-inch paddle tail, caught the first cracking fish of the day. Just put a little bit more scent on that lure as well, so we'll give it another crack under that bridge. See if there's any more lurking. Usually they can be school fish, especially at that size, so there could be more around. We will soon find out, but I'm stoked with that one. Very happy. Try and get it right along that bridge there. It's about perfect. Oh, that bird. There's a bird up there, almost jumped in after it. There is a lot of current pumping through, but they do not mind at all. They love a bit of current. There we go. We got another one. Yep. We got another one. Out in the deep yet again. Can feel it head shaking. Don't know if it's as big as the last one though. Feels a little bit smaller maybe. Oh, it's a big flatty. Wow. It's not a Jew at all, it's a big flatty. How's that? That's a cracking flathead. How's that? Out there in the deep. Was not expecting that. Thought that was going to be a jewfish for sure. I felt the head shakes as well. He's a really good one. Super fat and healthy. As soon as I felt that, I just slammed the hook into his jaw and we got him. 2 fish today and they've both been absolute crackers. Super strong, these flatties. That is another great fish. I wasn't expecting to get something that quality right after that Jew, especially not a flathead. Was not expecting a flathead there at all. You can see that 5-inch paddle tail. Pinned her right in the corner again. Beautiful fish. That is just such a good way to start the day, and it's still very early days as well. Anything else could happen, but those 2 fish have made my day. We'll get that lure out and get her going. All right, big girl, send you off back down to harass some more fish. Had such a tough start to the morning with all the troubles which were going on, but as soon as we've been able to cast the lure, we've caught fish. That is the second cracking fish. 1 good Jew, 1 good flatty on this 5-inch paddle. Beautiful little lure. This looks like a perfect little baitfish mullet representation, and it seems to be working. Gonna get another cast straight back out. No sounder, no worries. Let it sink down, start hopping it back along. I just put some fresh scent on that lure as well. Only a little bit, but just wanted to mask the smell of myself. I'll show you guys what those fish are seeing, just that big wobble. Perfect paddle. The goal is to get a cast right in that back eddy over there where the current meets the bridge, kind of. That's where a lot of the fish are going to be sitting. Keenly follow the line. As soon as it bellies out, I know it's hit the bottom, and that's when I'll start my retrieve. I'm just giving it 2 big hops and letting it sink back down. There we go. There we go. Oh, got off. That was a grouse fish. What happened there? Boy, oh boy, that was another good fish. And that was on a cast which was right next to the pylon. These fish are definitely sitting up tight along the structure, and it makes sense. The current's running at the moment, so all the bait fish are going to be pushed up tight against the bridge. So the predators are not going to be far away from all that. There's no boundaries and rules with fish, so even though I've caught a couple over here, I'm not going to keep casting in the same spot. I always vary it. You never know, they could be sitting just to the right, just to the left. Oh, I think that might have been a hit. What I might do before I get the vibe out is actually downsize on the plastic. We'll try a slightly smaller plastic and see if that will get a bite. We'll go from 5-inch to maybe a 4-inch plastic. Alright, let's see how this thing swims. It's going to be a lot subtler, yeah. It's definitely a lot more of a subtle vibration at the end there, but still a little paddle tail. This is a mullet impersonation, so it's 1 inch smaller than that 5-inch we were using. And we'll see if that smaller profile can encourage a bite right along the pylon there. There we go. That was way out deep, eh? Way out deep. That's a good fish. Yes. That's a really good fish. That was way out past the bridge and we've hooked up. Definitely feels like a jew, eh? Definitely. There's a lot of weight. A lot of weight to that fish. How sick is this? Just downgraded the plastic size to the 4-inch instead of the 5, and feels like it's worked. On the light gear, it's really good fun when you hook a good fish on this combo. What is it, a 3 to 6 kilo rod, I think, so very light. And we've got a really, this feels very heavy, eh? Very heavy. Wow, this is very heavy. Those classical head shakes. Man, this is gonna be a great... Oh, how's the head shakes on it? Man, this is nuts. Fishing big lures along the bridges, and it's paid off. No need for a sounder or any electronics today. We've just done it all our own. And that feels like a really heavy fish. I really just want to get a look at this thing. Oh. Man, I'm actually nervous. I really just want to try and get a look at this thing. Pretty sure I know what it's going to be though. Good Jew. Just fishing the back eddies right along those pylons over there. It's the perfect ambush spot for a big predatory fish. And we've hooked up to one. We should see him in just a second. What's he going to be? Oh, the water's that dirty that I can't see him. Oh no, the head camera just died. It's a nice Jewy. It's a really nice Jewy. Really nice. It's bigger than the first one for sure. Oh, that's a cracker. That is an absolute cracker of a fish. Oh. Oh. Man, I'm very nervous. Very, very nervous. It's just a massive chrome slab. And we've got him. It is a cracker. Yes! Oh, that's a beautiful Jewy. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to try and find some sort of measure mat. He's a great fish. Beautiful, beautiful Jew. Gonna do this as quickly as I can. Get him on my lap. Get a quick measurement, get a hold up and get him going. He's about 85. Let's get a hold up of this fish. I'm so stoked to be holding this thing in my hands. 85 centimeters of beautiful silver mulloway out of the kayak. Take a look at that. Downgraded in the plastic size and upgraded on the fish size. Beautiful fish. You can see that 4-inch soft plastic pinned on the outside of the mouth. Just as I downgraded plastics, and bang, got this absolute cracker. They're just so cool. We're gonna get that plastic out and get him going. Oh, straight away. Man, I was gonna get an underwater release, but that thing just powered off. He did not want to hang around and say g'day. Oh, I'll tell you what, that lure has just earned its keepsake. 4-inch Mullotron, I'm pretty sure it is, by Z-Man. Bang, 85 centimeter Jew. That is epic. I'm so stoked with that. Good thing to keep in note is that that was a fair way off the bridge. Wasn't right up against the structure. It was a fair way off, which is probably part of the reason I landed it as well. It's a lot easier to deal with fish when they eat it off the bridge like that. It's gonna be hard to wipe the smile off my face today. What a session we've had. 2 Jewies and the 1 cracker flathead as well. I'm so happy with that 85 centimeter one. That's a beast. That's a proper Jewy. Well, we've made it back to the bridge, and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be mad if we didn't get another fish for the whole day. I'm stoked with how this session's gone, but we'll get another cast straight back up. I think on that cast, I actually went a little bit out to the middle. So, I don't know, do it again. Straight back up and out. On the way down. Yep. On the way down, something grabbed it. Don't know what that is though. Definitely feel little head shakes, but doesn't feel anywhere near as big. I don't know what this is. Could be another flatty maybe. There's definitely some good head shakes there though. Let's see if we can get a look at him. What is it? Oh, it's another little Jewy. Bang. Once again on that lure. And we'll just get him going. Just how beautiful are these fish. No matter what size they are, they just look awesome. See you, mate. Doing something very, very different tonight. Something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and we are getting around to it tonight. We are going to be fishing with big lures at night time off the kayak for giant fish. Well, whatever bites we will take, but we're fishing at night. I've never done anything like this before. I'm very, very excited, a little bit nervous, and I'm really looking forward to see what we can catch out here at night, fishing rock walls, bridges, sand flats, whatever. We're going to be doing all the usual things except doing it at night to see what we can catch. I've brought out 3 combos with me tonight. One of them, well, all of them have big lures on, but one of them has a 5-inch soft plastic, which is what I reckon we're going to start off with. Actually making my way up to a bridge at the moment, so I think I'm going to start my night at a bridge and then just see where it takes us. Okay, the bridge is just right up in front of me here, and what I've actually done is I've pulled up a little bit short. I don't want to turn my light on when I'm right at the bridge where I'm going to be fishing, because I might spook certain fish. So I'm just going to show you guys exactly what I'm using. First of all, here's the floodlight, which is enabling you guys to be able to see. Really cool little setup out here on the yak. Can do plenty of night fishing, but this right here is the lure, which we're going to start with. It's a 5-inch paddle-tailed soft plastic. I've also got vibes rigged up and ready to go, and another plastic which we might use as well. So we've got all bases covered. The only thing left to do is go and fish this spot. I've actually already sounded up a fair few fish, so I might have a couple of casts around here, and then we'll make our way up to the bridge. So we'll get our first one out now. It's going to cast along this drop-off. It's a really nice ledge in front of me here. Going to fish that, see if there's anything sitting over this. Now it's going to be a little bit of a process figuring out how to judge when I'm down near the bottom, but hopefully over a certain amount of time we can get a little bit used to it and figure it out. We'll just see how that lure's swimming. Yeah, it's looking really good. I reckon that'll get eaten if there's any around. Okay, I reckon I'm going to turn this light off now and make our way up to this bridge, but you guys have a good idea of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be pitching this soft plastic right along the pylons and the structure, and hopefully there's some big flathead, maybe a jewfish lurking around. This is exciting stuff. Always really cool when you're doing something for the first time, and this for me is completely new. Bang. We are now in the darkness. You guys definitely can't see right now, but I can. And the bridge is right up in front of me. First cast out now. I'm not going to believe this, it started raining. Yep. We're on. We are on. For sure we're on. Feels like a little Jew, I reckon. See if we can get him up. First hit of the night, and I definitely think it feels like a Jew. I felt the clunk on the way down. He hit that on the way down, the little fella. Oh, there he is there. Yep. It's a nice little Jewy. There he is. He's not monstrous, but it is the first Jewy of the night. Right up along that pylon. I actually casted it right underneath the bridge to the other side, and that's where we got the hook up. Look at him. Great first fish of the night. Beautiful little Jewy. Tell you what, he has not fought at all. He's definitely not the biggest Jew, but for his size, he's barely fought at all. There he is. Grouse first fish. Yes, beautiful little mulloway underneath that bridge. It has taken a little while. Definitely did not come straight away tonight. Had to work for this fish, but it is a beautiful, beautiful little slab. Pretty sure the tide change is coming up very, very shortly, and that is a very, very welcome sight. He's actually not a bad fish at all, and he did not fight. He barely fought at all. Like, he's a fairly solid fish. You'd think he'd put up some sort of fight, only using light gear, but oh, that's a good way to start the night. How's that paddle tail right down his gob? 5-inch. Smacked him in the corner of the mouth. We're gonna get that lure out and get him going. Oh, there he goes. Great way to start the night. How's that? I felt him clunk that on the drop. He hit that lure as it was sinking. Man, I've been hiding from the rain for over half an hour now. It actually wasn't predicted to rain, but a random storm came through. It got all stormy, some thunder and lightning and a whole bunch of rain. Actually had dinner while that was going on, but we've ticked off the first one for the night. Man, I'm so happy. I was thinking it was going to be a slow night for a minute there, but the little paddle tails got it done. I think I might actually try throw a vibe out as well, just try all the different techniques, see which one's working best. That's a grouse start to the night. Gonna go back over to the spot now. Let's turn this light off and get back into it. Obviously you guys can't see anything, but I'm getting another cast. Straight back out under the bridge. There we go. Yep. We're on to our second fish. Yep, definitely on once again. Feels like another little Jew, but it feels little. Doesn't feel very big at all. Yep, tiny little one. Tiny little one. He is a lot smaller than the first one, and the first one definitely wasn't big. But that is still the second Jew of the night, once again on that soft plastic. Haven't used anything else yet, but we might get a vibe on very shortly. He's only a baby little pup, but still good to see some silver. It's always good to see some silver. Productive start to the night. That's the second jewfish. We'll send him off. See you, buddy. There's actually been a lot of life going on, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are tailor. I'll just lift up my plastic and I feel a little bit of weight and some head shakes, and then they get off. But that was definitely the second Jew hit we've had. Felt the clunk once again, so there's still a couple around. Once I turned that light on the first time, they definitely got spooked a little bit, but maybe they're coming on the bite. I think that tide's about to swing around to the run out, and then we'll have that whole run out tide to fish as well. But good start to the evening. Put a little bit more scent on that lure and get back into it. Tell you what though, when this floodlight's on, I cannot see anything. It is very, very blinding. Couldn't even fish with it on, I don't reckon. Like, I can't even see the bridge right there. When the light's off, I can see the shadows and everything, but it's complete darkness at the moment. So we'll have another cast, see if there's any more around. When I had that one on as well, I actually saw a few more down on the sounder as well. So there were a couple in that group, hopefully a couple bigger ones as well. Flick, flick. Technique's very, very simple, letting it sink down to the bottom, and then just a couple big flicks. Very simple method, but the jewfish and flathead seem to love it. Turn that light off again and go back into the dark. we're on. Yep. We are on once again. Yes. The third hookup of the night. This one feels a little bit better than that last one which we hooked up to. Man, I actually had 2 goes at that. I felt 2 clunks on the lure, and on that second clunk we got him. Definitely got him. For sure another jewfish. Felt the head shakes and the big clunk when he hit the lure. Bang, there he is. Nice, that's another good one as well. It's another really good one. Third for the night. Turning into a really, really good session. Oh, he just got off. See you, buddy. Gave him no stress anyway. That is on the plastic. I was casting around a little Squid Trex vibe to try something different, but once again they smacked the little plastic. I reckon there was multiple in that school. Must have been a school of them because I had 1 whack, 2 whack, and then bang, got him. Whew, this is a bit of fun. There's definitely a bit of life around this bridge, eh? It's the third jewfish for the night. We've caught 1 really small one, 1 medium one, and then the larger one. Hopefully we can get the granddaddy of them all. Definitely could be bigger around. The tide hasn't even turned yet either, so it's a really, really good time right now. I would love to be able to have this light on and fish with the light the whole time, but for 1, it spooks the fish, and for 2, I can't see a thing. The bridge is right in front of me and I cannot see it, so in reality we're gonna have to turn it off once again and keep fishing, making sure that jig head's still sharp, which it is. Another cast back out. Quick update, it is now 8:20 p.m. I just lost a fish. I couldn't turn the light on in time and he got off, but 8:20 p.m, the big thunderstorm approaching, and I'm happy out here, enjoying myself at the moment. There we go. Another one the next cast. There's the next cast after we just dropped one, and it feels very little once again, but it's definitely a jewfish, I think. Oh man, it's tiny. That's probably why we dropped the last one, because he's very small. Very, very small. He is a proper little soap bar, that one. He is a tiny, tiny little jewfish, but it's very good to see this many smaller fish in the system. It means they've been breeding, obviously, and there's a good population of the juveniles, which means there's a good future. Quickly get him off. See you, buddy. Man, it's another magical morning here, and you can see the kayak looks like a little bit of a porcupine. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rods with us this morning, and we're going to try and catch a fish on every one of them and break them all in. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, fish just jumped over here. Now, game plan for today is obviously to tick off as many species as possible, so that means trying a whole bunch of different methods. Now, the first one which I want to try is actually vibing some deep holes. So I've got a vibe rigged up already, and I want to drop that down 10, 15, 20 meters deep and try and get a giant fish early on this morning. I think the tide is on a turn right now. I think it might just still be running out, so it is prime time to be fishing the deeper water, because this tide around here flies, and on the slack tide it enables you to get down to that deeper water. Well, we are at our first location. As you can see, we've got a massive rock wall which stretches for like kilometers along here, and all we're going to be doing is vibing the deeper water. So I've got a vibe rigged up, just bought a couple yesterday actually, and these are what we're going to be trying. I'm going to smother those in mullet scent and drop them down and see if we can get a jewfish. What I'm doing right now is just sounding the deeper water, so you can see we've got a whole heap of bait. I'm just going in and out towards the rock wall, just trying to sound up any life. There's so much bait fish, but so far I haven't seen any big predatory fish yet. Just going to put a little bit of this stuff on there. We've got some mullet scent. Obviously jewfish love mullet, so anything will help our cause, I reckon. There is a chance this morning that we could start this challenge off with an absolute bang, and that's the goal. So we're just going to do 1 drop here, first vibe drop of the morning. See what we can do. Oh, there's some fish. All the way down the bottom. I've actually never done any of this fishing before. I've never used vibes properly before, so today is going to be a proper learning experience. Well, at least the start of this morning will be. So far, absolutely nothing. Haven't had a touch, but that's definitely to be expected. We're kind of going big or going home early on this morning, and then later on we'll focus on some smaller species. Someone grabbed it on the way up. What is that? Probably a tailor or something. I'm guessing it's a tailor. Hopefully we get our vibe back. Well, first species of the morning is something which we foul hooked, or something which has grabbed it on the way up. Hopefully he's not completely jammed. Yeah. A big tailor. New pliers. My old ones are getting bad. First species of the morning is a tailor, so that's him right there. He's honestly a really good size for a bait, but not using baits today, so we'll let him go. See you, buddy. Man, it is a little bit chilly this morning, but it's been worth it so far. We've ticked off the first species of the morning in roughly 15-20 minutes of fishing, and it was a nice sized tailor. He would have been perfect for some baits, but we let him go. We're not bait fishing today, and the sounder is lit up. There is so much stuff down there on the sounder. If we can get one of these big fish, which I'm seeing to eat, it's going to be a lot of fun. I reckon I'll give it a go here. It's a real nice fish I'm seeing. What we might do is put on a big paddle tail and cast the paddle tail in the same areas, because I'm definitely seeing fish down there. They're just not feeding at the moment. Gone for a little bit of a move. We've just pedalled up from where we were before. We fished for 3 hours in the deep water. It's now 10 o'clock and we've only ticked off the one species. So now we're going to downsize. I've got the two smaller combos, the 2,500 for some medium plastics and also the 1,000 for some really small plastics. And we'll try and catch some brim, just any other small fish which we can add to our tally. So that's going to be the game plan for the next couple of hours, and then we might chase some giant flathead on swim baits and see if we can get one of those big girls. But for now, small stuff is going to be the go. Let's get out some smaller lures to use, pick out some soft plastics. I actually reckon we might try this one, little curly tail grub, but I think it's a little bit different. Yeah, look at that. So it's got multiple little fingers and stuff. That's definitely a new grub. I reckon we'll try out some of these as well. The 4-inch, so good for flathead, also good for little jewfish as well. And there we have it, a tiny little grub rigged up. Definitely never used this one before. Keen to give it a go, so we're just going to target these rock walls. Ultra light combo, 4-pound braid, 6-pound leader, so we're going for the very small fish right now. Come on, fishes. See what we can do. Oh, good, that cast far. Very smooth little combo this. I love fishing with new gear. There we go, little fish. Didn't take too long at all. Wonder what this is. First fish on the real little combo. Was that a tailor? Was that a little dewy? That is a little dewy. That is amazing. That is a tiny little dew. I wasn't expecting that. Wow, there must be a lot of little dewies around here. That little grub just caught the smallest jewfish you'll ever see. I was expecting a brim or something like that, not a little dewy, but that is the second species of the day ticked off. How awesome is that? A little soapy. There he goes. Well, we'll definitely get another cast in there. If there's a couple of dew in there, we'll throw the little bit bigger plastic in there, the 4-inch. See if we can get another one. Let's see how this combo goes. I'm trying them all out now. There we go. It's another little one, I think. It's got to be another little... Oh, I got off. Oh no, what is that? Oh, there's heaps of them, they're tailor. Cool. Another little chomper tailor. Very fat little suckers. Definitely reckon we had a dew then. A lot of bait around here. A lot of bait. I reckon we might do a little bit of change of tactics soon. I think we might go and chase some flathead. Some really nice sand flats over here, so Might try for a big girl. I'm gonna try swim baiting this giant lure on these flats over here. We'll give this a go with the swim bait. Actually got a new swim bait rod, so I also want to test that out. Let's see. Good on you, Nev. Oh, that's a good one too. Bait casters are just unforgiving with tangles. No, in my luck, the swim bait sunk down into the reef. Oh, there it is. That's enough of the swim bait. Not extremely confident in it, but we still got to test out the new rod, so that's all I wanted to do. Put that little vibe back. I reckon we'll use one of these big hard body lures for a flathead. Alright, let's give it a crack. Got the bigger hard body lure. See if we can get a flathead. That's going to be the next target for our multi-species day. Big cast. Oh, there we go. That was a good hit. Felt him whack that. It's got to be a flatty, I think. How big is he? Oh, he's big. I reckon he's big. He's big. Yep. Wow, we just switched over. Whoa, he's really big. Oh my goodness. That is a big flatty. We just switched over to that big jerk bait and we've hooked up to a monster truck of a flathead. Whoa, that's really big. That is really big. That makes the ones that I caught the other day look small, I think. Oh my goodness. Whoa, that's huge. Holy hell, that's monstrous. That is a big flathead. I just felt it go boom. I felt it engulf that lure. Lucky I've got a big net. Man, that is the biggest flathead I've ever seen. Look at that thing down there. That is a big flathead, man. Oh, that is a monster flathead, man. We got it. Wow, that is a big flathead, man. Whoa. That's a big flathead. My heart is racing. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm pretty sure that is going to be a PB. That is a monster truck of a flatty. Ow, my thumb. Oh, that hurts a lot when it does that. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at that. That's a big girl. Ooh, look at the size of that girl, man. That is an absolute monster flathead. Oh, that thing's a beast. Oh! She's just swimming around in that net there, so she's doing absolutely fine. Obviously, you want to keep these big girls as healthy as you can. Don't want to mess around with them. And we're just going to go to shore, give her a measurement, and send her back. Yep, it's most definitely a big girl. Nose right on the front, goes all the way down to 85. Wow, what a flathead. Oh, sliding down. That's a flatty, alright. Look at it compared to my foot. Big girl. You've had enough of me. Had enough time with me, big girl. Off she goes. That is my third PB flathead in 2 trips. 74, 78, now 85. Fingers crossed we got a decent shot of her. What a fish. What a fish. Christened the new gear as well. So happy with that. What a flathead. Easily my new PB, 85 centimeters, an absolute donkey. And once again, on this big hard body lure. I've just caught all my big fish recently on this thing right here. Just seems so good for the big flatties. And she engulfed it. All right. Here we are. We're pretty much in the harbour now, and for the last hour or so of the day, I'm just going to flick some tiny little lures in amongst these boats, in amongst the docks, and try and pull out some brim and just see what species we can catch. Haven't done this type of fishing here before, so could be fairly productive. Just going to try and float that down right in front of this pylon here. Looks like a good spot to start. Yeah. Sorry about that. Even that was your bad, but there we go. There we go. What's that? Oh, I don't know what that is. 4th species though. Little fish. What is that? If anyone knows what this species is, then let me know, but that is number 4. Oh, there he goes. There were brim over there a minute ago. Let's see if they're still there. There we go. Get him out. Get him out. Is that another one of the same thing? I think it is. It is. What are they? They're kind of cool. Gnarly little teeth on them. Very gnarly little teeth. We can get a brim and then we'll have 5 species, which isn't too bad. So I'm hoping we can at least get a brim. Maybe even a trevally. Okay, gonna try something very different once again. Just rigged up a little 2.5 inch Z-Man grub on a Ned rig jig head. So what I'm gonna do is kind of just hop that along the bottom. The plastic's gonna be sitting up because the jig head is rounded at the front. So I'm hoping we might be able to get a couple of whiting or flatties doing this, because at the moment the wind's up a lot, making it really hard to target squid. So for the meantime, we'll just give this a crack. You never know, I could find a new technique which really works. There we go. We got something. Didn't take long at all. That was first cast. It's a good flatty, wow. That is a really nice rock flatty. Oh, that is a cracking rock flathead. It's my biggest rock flathead ever. That's awesome. That was down there for like 1 minute. No kidding. That was first cast and we've caught a really nice rock flathead. That's a cracker. You guys have seen me catch some really big dusky flathead in the past, but for rock flathead, this is an absolute cracker. Take a look at him. A beautiful fish on that little 2.5 inch Houdini coloured grub. That is a beautiful fish. Rock flathead only get to about 60 centimeters in length at the biggest, and that is a beautiful one. He would be up around 50 centimeters, I reckon. An awesome rock flathead on a little Ned rig plastic setup. That is so cool. First cast out there with the little plastics. We've got a beautiful big rock flathead. He's coming home. Was not expecting that at all. First cast out there with the little soft plastic. I was kind of giving up for the day, to be honest. Like, it had been really slow on the squid front, so I thought I might as well just try something super out there, just see if we can get any attention from some whiting. I was hoping to catch whiting or some of those rock flathead, and we caught the target on the first cast. That is awesome. I'm just going to lather the plastic up with a bit of this Procure mullet scent. If there's any whiting down there, they love a bit of scent, a bit of smell to a lure, so I'll just butter that up and get it back down. So pretty much what we're working with here is we have a big weed bed to the left, and then it slowly disperses into sand patches. So the sand on the right, and I'm kind of working that middle ground where there's still some sandy patches and weed beds, both mixed in together. That's where I find a lot of these whiting sit, and also the flathead as well. Gives them areas to sit and ambush in the sand, and also the bait fish are coming from the weed and hiding in the weed. That was another fish. I think we're having a couple of little bites at the moment. It could be some whiting. The whiting are going to be really hard to hook because obviously we're using a jig head. Whiting have small mouths and they usually eat the plastic or the bait from the back and kind of engulf the whole thing. It's definitely a bit of weed down there. It's the example of the bottom. Weedy. The wind's making it so hard to do any type of fishing. Just got to pedal into it and do the best I can, really. There we go. We got a fish. Oh my goodness, a grass whiting, the smallest one you've ever seen. That is a baby grass whiting. He didn't mean to get hooked up, I bet. There we go. There's a fish. I felt him grab that. What's that going to be? Is that another grass whiting? It's funny, I'm actually feeling him hit it. Like they must be sitting on the front of it or something. Hooked in the exact same spot. Very weird. You would have thought the King George would hit it before the grassies. Another one. That had just got back to the bottom and that's on again. I think that's a King George whiting maybe. I know, a little flatty. Actually starting to get some fish on the board using this method. That's really cool. It's a much smaller flathead and I think it's a sand flathead, not a rocky. Yep. See you, buddy. There's a massive variety of flatties, but that one was definitely a sand flathead. Keep on lathering that plastic up every 10 minutes or so. I'm going to keep on putting scent and reapplying scent onto the lure, and hopefully that'll get us some more bites. But so far, only been fishing this thing for probably 15 minutes, and we've caught a few fish. Couple flatties, couple grass whiting. It's been pretty good going. Oh no. Tell me you've seen a wind knot worse than that. It's that rod done for the day. I'm not even going to bother trying to fix that. Well, unfortunately, the lighter combo is done for the day, so I'm going to have to use the heavier stick to throw around this little plastic. Hopefully it's not too much of a pain, but yeah, it's going to be way harder to feel the bottom and stuff. Oh, that's a good hit. Wow. That smashed that, whatever that was. That's a good fish. Is that a pinky? That smashed it. What are you, mate? That is a pinky. How's that? Right in the shallows here. It is only like probably a metre or two of water, and that's a pinky. It's a good pinky which has smashed this little plastic. It's pretty cool. Look at that. He got that down his gob, that's for sure. How was that? As soon as that fella hit, I had a pretty good idea of what he was. It's a really, really nice little pinky. That is super cool. We'll let him go. He's bleeding a little bit. Alright, buddy. I'll let you go. Oh, I wasn't expecting a little snapper along here. I thought for sure we might have got some whiting, maybe a trevally, but didn't think we were going to pinky. That was cool. A little bit of a multi-species bag over this area here. Wind's been really annoying today, but we've still managed to get onto a few fish. Squid and those other ones. There we go. Feels like a decent little fish. Ooh, yeah, good head shakes on that. Is that another flatty? Could be another flatty, I reckon. Definitely could be another good rock flatty. I think it is. It is. It's another cracking rock flathead. The second good rocky of the day. It's another beauty. Man, they're all such solid fish. That is another cracking rock flathead. That is awesome. Found out a little style to catch some rockies. They are strong for their size. That right there is the second cracking rock flathead for the day. That is awesome. Another good rocky. They are beautiful little fish. That is so cool. On the 2.5 inch Z-Man grub on the little Ned rig. They are just loving it. That is another quality fish. He's over 40 again. In the 40s for sure. Beautiful little fish. Unfortunately for those fellas, they taste so good. They're like the best eating flathead, and that's the second one we've got. So we've got a really nice feed of the best eating flathead you can get. Super happy with that. Seems like we found a really, really effective way of targeting these fellas. We've caught 2. They're not a fish which you're going to really catch in abundance. You're only going to get a couple here and there, and that's kind of what we've done today. This little plastic's been the dynamite one, the killer, the rock floody slayer. Alright, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to wrap this one up here. So if you enjoyed, be sure to give this video a like, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one.